Hi guys, welcome to a video by Simon and Charlotte in the garage. My handful of subscribers, I must apologise, first video in 3 years, so I hope it's worth the wait, but just a little video on, I'll probably put 2 or 3 of these up, just on the build up of my new gravel bike project. You can see it's the Planet X London Road, which I've recently acquired some parts for. As you can see, I've got a few bikes, but I bought the Norco off eBay last year. Had fun riding that. Obviously disc brakes, kind of cyclocross style bike. It is steel, it's fairly basic, so it was fun, but it's a little bit heavy. So I thought I'll see if I can build up something a little bit lighter, but on a budget. So I think most people will be familiar with Planet X and their really good value for money products. So I had my eye on some options. And over the Christmas period, then Planet X had some fantastic sales, and got the frame for, in the end, about, I think, just over £80, and the forks were about £48. So fantastic value. So obviously the build's coming towards completion, so I'm just going to talk you through some key points, and then we can tune in as the last few bits and bobs go on. So going to come in a bit closer now, Charlotte. So aluminium frame, as you can see. I'm fairly pleased with the quality. I mean, even at £150, yet alone £80, then it's really good value for money. The welds, as you can see, they're not smoothed off in any shape or form. I guess they're quite industrial looking, but they're not ugly, they're not unsightly. So I guess you pays your money, you takes your choice. The frame is a 6061 T6, which I think is heat treatment alloy. I think it might be plain gauge tubes. I guess most manufacturers, if it was double butted, they'd be promoting that, but weighs about 1.6 kilos in medium size, I am informed. I forgot to weigh it when I got it. I was so excited, I just had to get it out of the box and start building it. So yeah, most of the bits are just coming out of my parts bin, spares, bits and bobs. So where shall we start? So we'll start with the forks. So obviously cut the forks down. That's a fairly straightforward operation. One thing which is interesting, so it's a 1 inch and 1/8 to 1.5 inch integrated tapered headset. I've got a standard integrated headset from Wiggle. Their products are always good value. I don't have a proper headset press. The bearings should just drop into their seats in the head tube. You can see this bottom one, that gap should not be there, so I used a homemade press to gently pull the bearing in. I guess when I start riding it, I'm just hoping the weight of me riding it will just seat the bearing in there a little bit more, a little bit better. I guess what's happened is the seats are machined before the bike is welded, so there's a little bit of heat distortion coming out of this weld, which must have just overlised that bit of the tube just ever so slightly. It wasn't really tight, so it turns freely, but that just needs to drop down, so I need to remember to take my Allen keys when I first go. Forks, carbon legs, aluminium steerer, about, I don't know, 700 grams according to Planet X, so but again for 50 quid I'm a happy chappy with those. Of course, one of my big steers on the bike was of course the colour. you can't fail to notice the I think they call it zesty lime. I had a black bike before, and they're really difficult to keep clean. So I was drawn like a magpie to the shiny green colour. So hope you like that too. Most people seem to. Wheels are fairly basic. Came off eBay. Princely sum of £30. I paid for those used. I've had to adjust a couple of the bearings, but other than that, they're looking really good. Really good nick. They're not the lightest, but I think they came off as standard issue on another production bike. They weigh just over 2 kilos. A lot of standard bikes, they come out at kind of 2.3 kilos for basic wheels. So yeah, they're good enough for me at the moment. You probably can't see from this side, but sitting around the back here, I've got some Avid BB7s on my mountain bike. I didn't want to go to the expense of hydraulics just yet, so another eBay find. I think they're new old stock, so Avid BB5s. So I think they're pretty much the same as the 7s, just not quite so adjustable, and perhaps slightly less ball bearings in there. I was just coming up to just a stem out of the parts bin. You just want to get around the front, Charlotte, just to take these. So yeah, just Planet X Strada compact handlebars. I really like this kind of modern short reach, low drop handlebar. They are double butted aluminium. I think they're about £13. Absolutely fantastic bargain. The other interesting thing on this project is I'm not going to spend a lot on this, so effectively disc brake hubs, rear hubs for Campag gears are really rare, so I'm going to try a experiment with a Shimano hash or slash Campagnolo gear setup. So out the parts bin, I've got some old Campag Mirage 9-speed ergo levers, which I'm going to try and put through to 9-speed Shimano at the back. So I've got a Campag Xenon rear mech, but the cassette is Shimano. So we'll see how that goes. There's not a lot of stuff out on YouTube about it, but I think it can be made to work. So time will tell. So yeah, just saddle seat pin out of the parts bin. Yeah, I've had to get a USC Ultimate Sports Engineering shim just to take that down from 31.9 down to 27.2 standard size, but that's fairly straightforward. I wanted to keep a double chain set on the front, so I've gone for this kind of semi unusual setup with the SRAM X5 GXP chain set. Again, another find from Wiggle. So it's a 42-28 teeth chain combination. The bottom brackets supposedly aren't great on keeping the weather out, so but time will tell on that. I'm not a massive wet weather rider, so we'll see how we go with that. What I have had to do, Charlotte, if you can come and look from the top, so the bottom bracket is compatible with a 73 or a 68mm bottom bracket shell. You put the spacers in for a 68mm bottom bracket, so I've got the spacers in. You'd normally put one either side. The chain line was horrendous, so I measured it and it was in spec, but yeah, the outer ring was on like cog 8 at the back, so I put both spacers on one side just to bring the chain line, just to improve that. So I don't think my knees will notice 2.5mm offset, but again, time will tell. I think we're pretty much getting there now. So yeah, so I think the cogs, so it's 9-speed Shimano spacing. That I think that is a basic SRAM cassette. I just buy the cheapest one I can get. They're pretty much the same in my humble opinion. I think that is about it for now. So next stage is to need to clean up and service the rear mech before that goes on. Need to get a chain. I might have one knocking about from somewhere. I've got some pedals, get the cables sorted. Quick look at the cables. Obviously, even if you're working on a budget, you can still make things look nice. So we have some Jaguar zesty limey green cables, so I think that's a pretty good match in my book. So looking forward to those. And Data tape. It's not the best tape in the market, but it is amongst the cheapest, and they've got a fantastic colour range. So maybe I'm over greening, but green handlebar tape. How fantastic is that? So that's it, guys, for the moment. I can't think of anything else to say, so we'll close the video now. But yeah, look out for the next video. Hopefully, it won't take a couple of years, because I want to be riding this around Easter time. Thanks again. Cheers.